season was so good that a lot of us forget to talk about the 2 first-round picks they got next year. Now, one of those picks, the Saints pick, may be huge because Alvin Kamara may miss 6 games. Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. You know, last year at this time, hear me out. Last year at this time, we were talking about the Eagles' upcoming season. Yeah, sure, we were talking about it. But we were talking more about the Eagles' 3 first-round picks going into the next draft. The next free agency period or the next draft. We were talking a lot about it. This year, people aren't talking about the 2 first-round picks we have. We're talking about this season because this team has done so much. But let me tell you, those 2 first-round picks are huge. And that New Orleans Saints pick especially could be big time, okay? And we're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe for Eagles daily content. Look, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a fantastic offseason. We're even talking birds at the slowest part of the year, but we got to because we're jonesing for football. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check. Double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube, they act goofy. So sometimes people get unsubscribed. Now, as I was saying, the Eagles got 2 first-round picks next year. But this whole season was so good and we're so stocked, locked, ready, cocked, whatever. I said it wrong again. But we're loaded. We're loaded with talent this year, right? So people aren't talking necessarily about this upcoming offseason, the upcoming draft, but it's going to be huge for us, okay? The Eagles have 2 first-round picks, and if everything goes right and Jalen Hurts goes out and shows he's the guy, that will free up those 2 first-round picks to be used however the Eagles need to use them. If I had to guess, and it's really early on, we don't know who's going to be coming out, who's going to be there in the draft, but I'm thinking like a defensive end and a corner would be like a perfect first round. But, I mean, we'll see. Anyways, one of the picks that we have is the New Orleans Saints pick, okay? Because the Saints, they wanted to move up in the draft this year. We traded with them. We get their first-round pick next year. And this could become important, okay? Because it looks like star running back Alvin Kamara very well could be facing a 6-game suspension, okay? Here's what's being said. Running back Alvin Kamara is bracing for a 6-game suspension from the NFL for an incident that occurred during the Pro Bowl. Pro Football Talk, Saints running back Alvin Kamara braced for a suspension of at least 6 games, eventually due to a Las Vegas incident occurring on Pro Bowl weekend. So, Kamara is going to be suspended, it looks like, for 6 games. Why is this important? Because the Eagles have the Saints' first-round pick. And I think if you take Alvin Kamara, the biggest piece on that offense, out, to me, I don't know how good the Saints are. Like, I really don't even know how good I think the Saints are right now, right? They lost Sean Payton. I mean, a hell of a coach, right? Dennis Allen's their coach. They got Jameis Winston at quarterback who, to me, he can, look, Jameis Winston is like an extreme Carson Wentz. Like, an extreme Carson Wentz. Like, he has talent, he has ability, but dude could throw 30 interceptions. So you just don't know what you're going to get from him. I think with him as the quarterback, with Sean Payton not being there, you just don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they are. And if you take, I would guess the Saints are somewhere around 8 to 9 win team, right? Now, if you take no Sean Payton, Jameis Winston's your quarterback, no Drew Brees, right? He's retired. Then you have no Alvin Kamara. They could be a lot worse, right? So let's say he gets suspended. I'm assuming if he gets suspended, it's going to probably be at the beginning of the year. So I want to kind of go over what the Saints' schedule is and see where we think they could be after 6 games, right? So the Saints, they're going to open up September 11th. Oh, that's crazy. September 11th there is games. All right, so they're opening up at Atlanta. Now, no Kamara. I'm going to say they probably should win that game. So they would go 1-0. Then they got to play at home against the Buccaneers. I think they usually give them a hard time, but no Kamara. I'm going to say the Buccaneers are going to win that game. Then they got to go to Carolina. I don't think that's an easy game for them either. I think that's a loss. So I have them 1-2 after 3 weeks. Then they play the Minnesota Vikings at home. So they play the Minnesota Vikings. Now I had to pause it for a second and double check because it's an 8:30 a.m. game, which means that they're playing in London. That's going to be a London game. I think Minnesota wins that game, okay? Then they got to come back and play October 9th. Well, they don't even get like a bye week for that. That's crazy. They got to play Seattle Seahawks at home. I'm going to say that they win that game. And then they got the last game of his 6-game suspension would be the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a loss. So I got them 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 2-3. I got them 2-4. So I think with the loss of Kamara, we'll put the New Orleans Saints at 2-4. And I know New Orleans Saints fans want to probably kill me. I see you throwing things at me. I'm ducking. Shout out to Last Jedi. But I mean, I think Tampa can beat them. I think Carolina at home beats them. I think Minnesota and London beats them. And I think Cincinnati beats them. That's 2-4. Now they're going to get Kamara back. What are they? I don't know. This could turn out potentially to be a very high pick. I think the loss of Sean Payton for the New Orleans Saints is a big deal. I really do. And like I said, you don't know what you get with Jameis Winston. So this is something that really could benefit the Eagles. Because if the Saints start out 2-4, let's hope that we'll get a little lucky. I mean, think about this last year. The Eagles, and I can't get over this. The Eagles had the Miami Dolphins first round pick. They were what? 1-7. 1-7. 1-7. We had a top three pick. And what happened? They go on like an 8-game winning streak or something crazy like that. It was totally insane. We deserve a little luck. To me, that built up some credit for us, right? We deserve the Saints to have losses they don't deserve and stuff. I need that Saints pick to be a top 10 pick. That is my goal. That Saints pick will be a top 10 pick. Now, if it's a top 10 pick and you get Jalen Hurts and he is the quarterback, and we don't have to trade 2 picks for a quarterback. Because here's the thing. Let's say Jalen Hurts is not the guy. Let's say the Eagles go out and we come out of this season, unfortunately, and let's say he was not the guy. And this is argument's sake. Because every time I even suggest or even theorize, I get people who say, why do you hate the guy? I don't hate him. I'm just covering all the bases. My hope is that he goes out, those 40 touchdowns, he double moonwalks that ass, he would moonwalk on the Cowboy Star. I don't care. Breakdance on the Dallas Star, you know what I mean? Get a wrestling ring in there and put the star there and have people jumping off the top rope with elbows, you know what I'm saying, on that star. I'm all for it. I'm all for destroying that star. So I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts. I want him to do well. But just in that remote possibility that it came out he isn't the guy, you have 2 first-round picks. You're going to need a quarterback. And if they look to draft a quarterback, they potentially could get both those first-round picks and let's say a first-round pick next year, that following year. So you could trade 3 first-round picks and try to move up and get themselves a quarterback. But if the Saints are in the top 10, if everything goes well, you're going to get a top 10 player. And if it doesn't, at least you're in the top 10 now where you can, don't have to jump up as high to get who you need. So to me, this Saints pick is important. I don't want it to be 21 or 23 or 18. I want it to be 9. I want it to be 8. I want it to be 11, 10, somewhere in there. That's why I'm streaming every single Saints game, most likely. That doesn't conflict with the Eagles' schedule. Most likely we're going to stream it. Because it's important. It's really important for the Eagles. So if the Eagles could get a little lucky and get a top 10 pick out of it, it could be huge. And if Jalen Hurts is the guy and he goes out and he proves it, then guess what, man? We have 2 first-round picks now to use on a corner, on a defensive end, because I think you're going to need another defensive end. I do, right? It looks like Brandon Graham could be in his last year. He could be going. So I still think you're going to need another defensive end. Derek Barnett, he's going to go, I hope. And you're going to need one. So I could see a defensive end in the first round with like a corner, something like that. We'll see. Jaquiski Tart. Hopefully he comes in, he plays really good. Now I was reading a little article where they were talking about what he's getting. The details for what he's being paid hasn't come out yet, but it sounds like it's more than Anthony Harris and what he's getting. So I really think that you could see the competition at safety really be Anthony Harris versus Tart. And Tart, being 30 years old, if he can come out and play good, he's a guy I could see the Eagles bringing back. I think there's more of a chance that they would bring him back after his 1-year contract than Bradbury. And then you use that position on the corner where, let's say, because Bradbury's going to come out, he's going to have a decent year. And then what's going to happen is Bradbury's going to have a decent year, and then he's going to turn around and get paid. So you're gonna have to fill that corner spot. I think that's the perfect time to maybe take a corner in the first round if they're available. You guys probably would know better than me right now, because I'm always kind of behind when it comes to college prospects. I really don't get into that till late in the season. Then I kind of go back and start watching games, all that stuff. But the Saints' first-round pick is important. And if Kamara misses 6 games, it's a huge advantage for the Eagles. And I hope that we get some breaks and they're able to take advantage of it. It's going to be fun, dude. Going to be fun. Let me know your thoughts on the subject. With that said, take care. And listen, Saints fans, I have no problem with you. But I need that first-round pick to be a top 10 pick. You know what I'm saying? With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. It's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. So I got this Uncle Mike, right? Hey, yo, Uncle Mike, how you doing? How you doing? He's a huge Eagle fan. Love the guy. But, when I was growing up, he had 3 daughters, right? He had 3 daughters, all cousins of mine. Love them too. And my Aunt Mary, I love you too. I love you all. I love all of you. You know what I'm saying? But he was the only man in the house, right? He was the only man in the house. And, we used to call him the Cabana boy because he was always having to take care of all these girls running around, going crazy. And so, I'm sitting there today, and I'm, talking to my wife, doing things for my wife, doing things for my daughter. My daughter needs this. My one daughter needs that. I have to run to the store here. I have to go here. I have to do this. And I'm thinking, I've become my Uncle Mike. I got 2 daughters. I got my wife, and I'm the only man in the house. Even my cat, I got a lot of girl cats. I've become my Uncle Mike. I'm a Cabana boy. I feel like a Cabana boy. What can I do for all these people? Just come out, fan with the big fan, make sure the towels, are in the shower and ready to go at the pool. I'm a Cabana boy. I've become my Uncle Mike, the Cabana boy. Denzel Washington out.